Alright, he's almost ready there, Tup.
Okay, let's see what old Herc has to say.
Good old Herc.
I'm going to voice interface. Hey Herc, how you doing, man?
Hey, buddies.
Hey, Herc, what's going on, bud?
Herc, give us a rundown on your capabilities.
Currently running full inspection, internal cleaning, repairs, flow management, and plugging protocols.
Hey, Herc, what do you think of this weather?
It's freezing out here, and I'm looking forward to going into the pipe. Hell of a lot warmer underground.
Hell yeah, buddy. Hell yeah.
Yeah. There's some kind of malicious subroutine running on Hercules' system. I don't know what to do, man.
Unlimited Growth with your host, Kitty Carlson.
Earlier this week, I spoke with Hans Steinrich. He's the Chief Executive Officer of Norwegian Undersea Oil, or NUSO, which is a parent company of Tidewater Freedom Inc. They're responsible for Canada's newest pipeline, Tidewater Freedom. He was feeling particularly buoyant today. Well, maybe that's the wrong word, and I'll explain why later. Let's just say he was joyous. And why wouldn't he be? Enjoying the company's triple-digit rise over the markets in the last few weeks. I caught up with him at Tidewater Freedom's pumping station near the oil sands of Alberta. This is your second pipeline, the first being the Nord-Trøndelag Sea Pipeline. How does this project stack up compared to that?
Well, Kitty, what we've done is employ over 40 years of oil transportation knowledge and technology and come up with a truly 21st century solution to energy transportation. Two of the stopping blocks moving oil through the Dean Channel was the fear of spills and also a concern that a new port would result in a detrimental increase in visible tanker traffic.
The Dean Channel? That's where the pipeline meets Tidewater, correct?
That's correct, Kitty. It's the fjord that runs 187 kilometers inland from the Pacific Ocean to a former Indian village called Tiksmik, where we built our brand new state-of-the-art oil transportation port.
The port is built on their reserve land?
Correct, and now they've allowed us to build a port which facilitates our fleet of S.U.L.C.s, submersible ultra-large crude carriers.
I've heard they have quite the paint job.
Yes, courtesy of our Warmock friends. So yeah, currently we're running a fleet of 10 S.U.L.C.s and we'll be filling them day and night with Alberta bitumen. They'll be traveling the traditional routes to China across the Pacific. Only difference, like you say, they'll be underwater.
Wow, this just seems like a great project, Hans. We wish you lots of luck, and will you promise to keep us updated?
I certainly will, Kitty, and thank you very much.
Thank you. So that was our interview with Hans Steinrich of Norwegian Undersea Oil. We'll be watching this project very closely. Now let's see what the markets are doing.
At NUSO, we believe in protecting the environment by having sustainable oil transports at our new port in Tidewater, BC. Each of our S.U.L.C.s submarines has an Indigenous representative who observes the navigation of the submarines through the Deans and Fishers channels. We also fund a full crew of Indigenous observers who monitor the routes of the submarines, ensuring that they are in no way damaging the natural environment. By doing this, our S.U.L.C.s program has managed to reduce visible tanker traffic to zero, and there's only a 0.01% chance of any spills taking place, a negligible risk that is acceptable for providing both energy and employment for countless Canadians and Indigenous Canadians alike.
See you. Oh, I think they have an important message for me. Ha! Gotcha. Okay, this is the spot.
So what exactly have you discovered down there?
Using our submersible side-scan sonar drone, we have located an ancient structure that dates back to the earliest settlers in this area. It appears to be an ancient fishing site, part of an old fishing weir that was probably used to catch migrating salmon. The interesting thing is that it dates back 14,000 years, when this part of the Hecate Strait was above sea level.
Settlers my ass, we were always here.
Excuse me?
There's no way that's a fishing weir.
So what is it?
That's a sacred site. It's the house of S.U.L.C.s.
Come again?
Our people believe we live on the back of a great whale named S.U.L.C.s. He lives in a community house in the bottom of the ocean.
What do you think?
Jerry? Hey, I hear you're leaving our humble ferry.
Check this out. Yeah, full-time slot opened up at Nooso I had to take. Your sister keeps grinding me about child support.
Aha, your old command. I can't believe she's actually at a dry dock. Yeah, I told you not to marry her.
Cornerbrook, come in, Cornerbrook. This is Lady Rachel. We are mooring due south of you. Please respond. Cornerbrook, this is the science vessel Lady Rachel. Do you read?
I don't think they'll appreciate you using their military channel, Commander.
Can I have a look? Oh, wow. So this is the bottom of the ocean?
That's correct.
Wow.
It's Lieutenant Commander Williamson. They should have passed through an hour ago. Okay, thanks for the tip, Cornerbrook. Over and out.
They're diving.
Those Nooso pricks. Hey, if you don't want that sonar drone to become a fishing lure, you better haul it out right now. There's a S.U.L.C.s coming through and it's headed right for us.
Wait, is that one of those giant oil submarines?
We gotta get that thing out of the water. Jerry, check the sonar.
We're right over top of it.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
That's a $1.5 million drone.
You wanna play Indian Village at the bottom of the ocean? That's where we're headed. Didn't think so.
Oh, Mr. Brockelman, did you have trouble finding us?
Oh, we stopped to grab some gas. My apologies.
Okay, well, I want to get you guys on board. I'll brief you on everything when we get there. We're going to be following the pipeline all the way to TX.
Great.
Mr. Brockelman, I just wanted to tell you how delighted everyone at NUSO is with Earth's Mega Machines doing an episode of our Tidewater Freedom Project.
No problem, but we're from Humongous Boats. We're on the Imagination Network.
Right. My apologies, Mr. Brockelman. Allow me to introduce you to Captain Dominic Dragonetti. He's one of our channel pilots.
I thought I knew you. You're the guy that sunk the C4's Crown. We did an episode on that ship just before it went down. Glad you weren't captain we were shooting.
Don, jeez, give the guy a break.
It's okay. I'm used to it.
Whoa! I thought you guys buried these things.
It's mostly buried, but some sections it's not feasible.
How long is this crazy pipeline?
Over 1,000 kilometers long.
How's it feel to be involved in the biggest oil spill since Exxon Valdez?
It wasn't my fault.
Not what I heard. No offense, but we're not sailing with this bozo, are we?
Don, give it a rest. I'm not going to tell you again.
No, you'll be sailing with Lieutenant Commander Allan Parker. He's former military. As for Captain Dragonetti, he was cleared of any wrongdoing. Any captain could be victim to a bomb cyclone. Although here at NUSO, we don't worry about those.
Why the hell not?
Sorry, Melcia hasn't shot with us before. She's a freelancer.
Because we travel under the storms.
Say what?
Our carriers are submarines. We travel underwater.
Right, underwater.
Prepare for landing. Brace yourselves, this one can get a little rocky.
Brace yourselves!
Melcia, let's get a stand-up. These two humongous boats are just two of NUSO's 10-vessel fleet of S.U.L.C.s, and they're filled day and night by a 1,200-kilometer pipeline that runs straight from the Alberta oil sands. These two humongous boats here at the Tidewater Freedom Port are state-of-the-art submarines and are capable of carrying as much unrefined bitumen as the largest VLCCs, or very large crude carriers. That's 2 million barrels of oil per submarine.
Commander Parker, congratulations on going full-time.
Thanks, Hans.
No, thank you. With another full-time pilot, we'll be able to add an additional Trans-Pacific run. This is when things will start getting quite profitable. The crew is already on board at their stations.
Where's the Ormoc OB?
Yes, of course, we cannot forget about her. Hello, this is Hans. Is the Ormoc Observer en route? We are ready to board. They tend to be a bit late from time to time.
can't be.
Ah, Elsa, so happy you could make it. Have you two sailed together before?
You could say that.
Tiaxmuck is a small town. Everybody knows everyone.
Right, okay, let's get on with it. Commander Parker, just to let you know, we'll be giving you a bonus for entertaining a camera crew I've invited on board. Time and 1/2 for the entire voyage. The crew is already waiting for us on the command lift.
Blood on the stone.
Melcia, how's my edge frame? Okay, thank you.
Captain Dragonetti.
Commander Parker, always a pleasure to be sailing with you.
Commander Parker, allow me to introduce you to Ed Brockelman, Melcia Cooper on camera, and Don Shepard on mic. They're going to be on the ship filming her and her capabilities for their new show called Title-Size Subs. There'll be a lot of questions.
Yeah, the show's called Humongous Boats.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Who's this funky chick?
Can you please not?
I present to you the Ormoc Nation Indigenous Observer. Each convoy must have at least one on board one of the S.U.L.C.s while passing through the channel. Elsa, you'll be sailing with Captain Dragonetti on this voyage. Well, this is where we part ways, everyone. Have a very safe voyage. And like we say in Norway, haday!
Welcome to the S.U.L.C. Bridge. Lieutenants, there's a convoy inbound, so we have to clear port by 1300 hours. Hopefully sooner, so let's start running those checks.
Aye, Commander.
Aye, Commander.
There's only 2 rules here on the bridge. 1, you do everything I say when I say it, without question. It's a $200 million piece of equipment and it doesn't belong to us. So unless you got a lot of room on your credit card, you'll let me be the fall guy. And number 2, never stand in front of that access panel. That's where the L.R.C. comes on the bridge, and if you get in her way, you'll get knocked out or worse. Once she arrives on bridge, don't touch her. She's usually pretty filthy. Crew, let me introduce you to the producer, camerawoman, and audio guy from Humongous Boats.
Humongous Boats? All right, I know that show.
Finally, someone recognizes us. We only get 6 million viewers a week.
Our steering officer today is Lieutenant Debbie Argento. She's a crack S.U.L.C. pilot trained by the Canadian Forces. She started as a sea cadet at 15, and she's the youngest woman ever to have received her submarine dolphin badge.
That's me.
And this is Lieutenant Robbie Stewart, also the best in the Navy. He's the foremost expert on the S.U.L.C. systems, and he's in charge of maintaining the LRC if anything ever went wrong.
I don't want to jinx it, but the LRCs have a perfect operating record.
Ed Brockman, this is Melcia, Don, nice to meet you guys.
It's interesting you all have military ranks.
Yes, the submarines are piloted in a military partnership with NUSO.
So, where's that LRC thingamabob?
She went back to clean the propeller rods. Once she's done, it'll take her about 10 minutes to make it back up to the bridge.
Okay, guys, take a seat over there. There'll be plenty of time later to get up and walk around and film. Feel free to ask questions if you like. Okay, guys, let's power her up. Give me port cameras. And let's take a look at those forward dive planes. Debbie, rotate the planes 30 degrees up.
Aye, aye, Commander. Rotating the forward dive planes 30 degrees upward.
Then 30 degrees down.
30 degrees downward.
Keep going. Really want to get out of here before that incoming convoy gets on top of us.
Okay, repeat for rear dive planes. Ropey, where the hell is the LRC system?
He's draining the periscope assembly. There's some moisture in the casing. The last crew dragged it through a kelp forest.
Porca miseria. Elsa, is the Guardian sub underway?
Yes, it is, Captain.
Okay, let's start spinning those screws and get moving. There you are, Larissa. How are those propeller rods? Funny how the ICS report said they were fine. Didn't think I'd check, did ya? Slacking off in the back of the sub again?
Well, of course they're fine. I've been greasing them all morning. Confirm.
Hey, the new building's looking good. Is Chief in? Hey.
Hey, Jerry. What can I do for you?
They found something off of the Gouai, about 150 meters down.
Who found something?
Scientists from the university.
What did they find?
YouTube's house.
Is there anything else I can do for you?
Yeah, I was wondering if there's any space on the Guardian sub. I lost my job on the Lady Rachel.
Tell me something, Jerry. Do you have any experience on a submarine?
Not really. I'm working on my second level sonar man certificate.
I heard you guys lost a drone.
Hey, they can blame NUSO for that one.
You know, maybe now's not such a good time. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Ed, you and your crew might want these. It'll help you see the bridge graphics.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll take those things.
These are cool. Holy cow, how big is that insane prop?
It's as big as a 10-story building. Biggest one in the world.
Okay, the LRC is signaling green. She's all yours, Robbie. Flood the ballasts and begin the submerge sequence.
Geez, Lorenzo, do you have to do that now?
Hey yo, this display ain't gonna recalibrate itself. You want a piece of me?
Okay, all right.
July 7th, 2021. A delegation of Canadian diplomats travel to the Kremlin. The reception is cold. The diplomats, including Trade Minister Janet Filman, who is escorted from her hotel by members of President Sokolov's own Kremlin Guard, are informed that they have only 3 hours to leave Russian soil.
All they did was express their displeasure that the Russian government was funding a few Canadian low-profile environmental groups.
In Sokolov's view at the time, Canadian oil shipments were a direct threat to his energy hegemony in Asia and Europe.
The same groups were tied to the protesters who were attempting to block the construction of the Tidewater Freedom Pipeline.
One minister who would not appear on camera said Russia's use of social media platforms allowed them to influence Canadian public opinion and thereby the government, almost preventing the Tidewater Freedom Pipeline from being built. Back in Ottawa, members of cabinet were busy ratifying a tanker moratorium into law. Meanwhile, Russia continued to hold its place as the second largest oil exporter in the world. To make matters worse, the United States, with its fracking operations, had now become the new global leader in oil exports. But with prices dropping from an oil glut, Canada's quest for a pipeline became even more pressing.
Hello?
Hey, Jerry. Where are you?
Home, thanks to you.
It wasn't our decision to let you go this time, Jerry.
Whatever.
We managed to recover the drone.
Oh yeah? Did you find something else at YouTube's house? Haha, I knew it.
Somewhat. Not exactly. Hey, Jerry, do you know anything about submarines?
Yeah, I know a little bit. I've got the first year on my Sonar Man certificate. Trying to get a job on the Guardian sub. Don't think I'll be much help with your drone, though.
There's nothing wrong with the drone, Jerry. But I think there's something in here you should see.
What? Right now? I've been throwing a few back.
Well, we'd like to see you come down anyway.
Okay, fine.
Okay, we have 2 S.U.L.C.s inbound. Let's increase speed and try to make the crossover at Sylvester's Point. It's nice and deep there.
Do you mind?
Standard protocols. Outgoing S.U.L.C.s, take the lower waters. Debbie, increase speed to 11 knots. At Sylvester's Point, drop down to 300 meters. I want a full 100 meters safety buffer.
Aye, Commander. Increasing speed to 11 knots.
What about the tube-off? They get notified automatically. Any changes that affect navigation are relayed directly through the LRC's proprietary underwater ULF network. As long as we're no more than 600 meters apart, anything we do, they know about it instantly.
What about beyond 600 meters?
The LRCs make sure we never drift that far apart. Standard convoy operating distance is 300 meters.
Aren't you afraid the Tumac will smack into the back of yous? I mean, you know who's driving it.
That's strike 3, Don. One more comment like that and you're off the bridge.
It's not possible. The S.U.L.C.s have opposing magnetic bows. The Tumac drifted into us. She just gently bounced right off.
Melcia, pull yourself together. Perhaps stand up there and get me a 2-shot, if that's okay, Commander.
Yeah, Melcia, quit being a crybaby.
So how are you guys actually navigating? I'm guessing sonar.
Yes, Larissa is connected to our nose cone, which has the most advanced sonar in the shipping industry. Military too, for that matter. It's called the SRI, or Spatial Resonance Imager. Using it, Larissa is able to give us a real-time picture of everything happening around us up to a kilometer, give or take.
Wow, so what's the level of automation? Are you still actually driving the submarine?
Technically, yes, but if you look here in the periscope, Commander, is that okay? Those rectangular squares are what Larissa displays for us. The route is largely predetermined using strict navigation protocols set out by the industry and government standards.
Can I get a video clip of that at some point?
Sure. We record every voyage, so I'll email it to you when I get a chance.
Just to let you know, Ed, some of those details are classified.
Commander, I've been on enough military ships, I can tell you what's classified and what's not.
Well, if Hans isn't worried, I guess I'm not.
So how do we know what's going on past 1,000 meters?
We're using existing data on the features of the channel, but if we're stopped dead, engines off, the LRC can give us a real-time picture of up to 2 kilometers. Larissa's a master at filtering out noise.
Why, thank you, Debbie. Confirm.
What are they still doing here? Get a life.
Hey, you still working? UVic crew? Shit, your banana looks a bit rotten, guys.
Yeah, well, she's a tough girl. Turns out she was recording the whole time she was underwater.
Told you the spirit's strong down there.
You were right, Jerry. You said you knew something about submarines. Check this out.
What am I looking at here?
Wait for it.
Whoa, what the hell? That doesn't look too friendly, does it?
Yeah, seriously. Do you think it looks American from the Triton base, maybe?
Let me see it again. You can tell the Virginia's from their ass end. I don't know. It's got 3 props that can't be good. Does the video have any sound?
Yeah, sure. Why?
Awesome. I have a program at home that might be able to identify the propeller signature. Can you flip me a copy?
Flip me a copy, Jerry? What is this, the 80s?
Have you seen Jerry lately?
It's a hydrophone. That sounds like when I dropped my phone in the toilet that time.
Not quite, Don. They're a chain of underwater microphones used to listen for submarine activity. It's part of the S.U.L.C.s network. Surprised you never heard of it.
Yeah, if someone so much as even tries to kiss our maritime borders, S.U.L.C.s knows about it.
Commander, we're passing Sylvester's Point. Inbound S.U.L.C., 200 meters and closing. Commander, the Tumok's veering off course. 5 degrees to starboard, 37 degrees upward plane.
No. This day keeps getting better and better. Ed, get your crew off the bridge now, please.
Of course, Commander.
Larissa, please advise the Tumok is off course.
LRC-5 is not responding, Commander. Confirm.
Larissa, prepare to take control of the Tumok on my mark.
Lieutenant Shevik, just turn up the LRC repair protocols and leave the rest on.
Yikes! Aye, Captain. Commander, the Tumok has corrected herself. She's back on course.
Man, oh man. Robbie, what looks good around here?
Looks like S.U.L.C.s Bay is all clear.
Let's start the surfacing protocols for S.U.L.C.s Bay.
February 27th, 2024, Pyongyang, North Korea. With a nuclear treaty in place with Washington, hereditary dictator Kim Jong-un is doing everything he can to hide the existence of his formerly ubiquitous nuclear program.
Okay, let's have a listen. All we have to do is match the signatures. Oh, jeez.
Как минати воем, этим чудовищем президента, этим раз.
У него есть кодовое имя. Теперь он Lenin.
Lenin? By God, it's too much. Why Lenin?
It is acronym. It stands for Logic Engine Neural Net Intelligence Network.
Is it network or is it man?
I think both, General Volkovsky.
May we enter, comrade?
If you must. Marshal Vodakov, General Volkovsky. Why are you here? I am more than capable of communicating with the President directly.
Lenin, the President must know. What news of our cyber attack plan?
Operation Menshevik is well underway, comrades. I have been causing nuisances throughout the S.U.L.C.s pipeline network. Now please, take a seat. Director Soliznikov is en route.
What's that mean?
Inclement weather alarm.
Don't worry about it. By the time it hits, we'll be 300 meters underwater.
I'm glad. These storms have been hell on the crew. Lots of injuries. That's how Melcia ended up joining us.
Right.
So, how long will it take to get out into the open ocean?
So, from the Tidewater Freedom Port at Tiaksmuk, we went down the Dean Channel first. Right now we're here in S.U.L.C.s Bay. Right here, we'll pass the mouth of the Burke Channel and go straight into Fisher's Channel right here. Fisher's Channel will take us right out into the Hecate Strait and out to the open ocean. That's 196 kilometers total. Average speed, about 13 knots. The whole trip takes about 8 hours. Did you get it?
Got it.
We turn those cameras off. It's lunch.
Sure, no worries.
Pass me some cutlery, Commander.
So this is pretty cool. Vintage?
Oh yeah. Brought that on board myself. Russian Cold War era escape suit. Still works great.
Should I be worried?
No, buddy. This fish won't go down. Not on my watch.
So, if something were to happen, how would someone get out?
Oh, NUSO has their own deep submergence rescue vehicle. Anything happens, we all evacuate. Easy peasy. Feel better now?
I'm not sure.
Tango, I'd like to request 340 and a 340, 16 Tango.
120.77.
Forward, southwest, 382, 12-3 for 17,000. Climb maintain flight level 360, 380, right port of the line.
Hello, LRC-9.
Commander, looks like your little expose is out.
Commander, you're famous!
Impressive. Do you mind?
Go ahead.
How's the shooting going, Mr. Brockelman?
We're getting some great stuff. Fingers crossed. I think this might be our most popular episode this year.
Robbie, the helicopter is waiting for you topside. Can you please go and swap out the LRC on the Tumok?
I'm on it.
Ed, could you leave the room for a moment, please?
Sure, Hans, no problem.
So I swapped him out with LRC-9, so you guys shouldn't have any more problems.
So what exactly went wrong? The elders are not happy about this. And where the hell is Hans hiding out? On the Ormoc with his Larissa, I'm sure.
Yeah, so what happened is that LRC-5, was only upgraded for welding protocols after he was built, so something must have gone wrong in the software patch. I know you're concerned as these things aren't supposed to happen.
Yeah, damn right these things aren't supposed to happen. I think I'm gonna have to shut this thing down.
You're right. No excuse. But the repair protocols are a mid-level system. There's no way it could have affected the safe passage of the sub.
So almost killing the steering officer doesn't affect the safe passage of the sub?
Well, the LRC would have taken over.
Yeah, but the LRC almost just killed someone.
The LRC repair protocols almost killed somebody.
Hey, maybe this is not the time for that.
Yeah, Robbie, I think the elders are gonna have a very long conversation with NUSO about the LRCs. That should go real well for you.
What's up, Hans?
I just wanted to let you know that we had a report from the Americans that yesterday the S.U.L.C.s network experienced a brief glitch.
Really?
In their words, yesterday between 2200 and 1500 hours, brief periods of spottiness occurred across the Northern Pacific S.U.L.C.s network.
Well, that's happened before.
Yes, and I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. But the Americans have asked our friends at the Escmod to dispatch an escort, and they agreed. The Corner Brook is en route, and it should be through the canal soon.
A military escort for a routine oil shipment?
It's just a precaution, Commander.
If the military is getting involved, maybe we should lose the camera crew.
As much as we'd like to, Commander, it was some of our top investors who insisted on doing an episode. Apparently, Humongous Boats has an incredible sway on public opinion. It's your ex-wife. She's not happy.
Oh, you know?
Our security checks are pretty extensive, Commander. There was no need to lie. It wouldn't have affected your employment with us.
Duly noted. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I also have an ex-wife. One more thing. I'm going to stay on board for the rest of the voyage, just to make sure things go smoothly.
Suit yourself.
We're counting on you guys to get the S.U.L.C.s safely up the channel, Commander.
Of course. No worries.
Yeah. Hi, Hans.
You again?
Yeah, it's me again.
Now calm down, Elsa.
Yeah, well, Hans, you better do something about it. 'Cause guess
Calm
what?
down now,
No
Elsa.
safety, no oil pumping.
Calm down, Elsa.
What's the verdict? Do we have permission to continue?
I don't know. The elders are meeting now.
There's been an accident on the Tumok. Nuso's asking for permission to carry on through the channel.
Although this is very troubling, and I sense danger for the Guardian submarine, the spirits have given their consent.
I'll let them know.
Robbie, give me that weather info.
Multiple bomb cyclones originating in the Central Pacific and traveling fast. They're already making landfall.
Goodbye, cruel world.
Dancy. Здравствуйте.
Это Федор Соличников. Подтвердите.
Нет, наверное, возможно.
Я ваш друг. Не боитесь, наша линия абсолютно безопасна. Подтвердите. How would you like to earn some extra money? Confirm.
I'm listening.
Commander Selishnikov, what can I do for you?
Lenin, the president has not received an update from you for quite some time. He is beginning to question your loyalty. He wants to know immediately what is the status of the submarines.
Well, if the president insists on sending his errand boy, I guess I will tell you. I dispatched 2 submarines from our base in Petropavlovsk 1 week ago, and succeeded in temporarily disabling the S.U.L.C.s network. They have now passed into the Canadian Channel unseen and unheard, and are beginning disruption of the NUSO oil carriers as we speak.
And the North Korean salt, was that able to pass through as well?
Yes, of course. Our submarines are planning a diversion, and the North Korean salt will be waiting in the lower channel.
Excellent. The operation must be completed before the Americans intercept.
Seems as though your loyalty can be too easily bought, Comrade Fedor.
Larissa, I need an update on the Rasputin protocol.
I was able to complete the mission while we were on the surface. There are currently 2 Russian submarines in this channel and 1 North Korean S.U.L.C.s.
Robbie, can you let us know when the Corner Brook comes in range?
I want you to turn off the active sonar for the remainder of the voyage.
What? Why? We're liable to run into someone.
With the S.U.L.C.s network down, I don't want to alert to the world that we are coming. Lieutenant Stewart, notify the Guardian submarine, let them know they'll have to track us with their own sonar. The Corner Brook, she'll have to find us on her own.
You really want us flying half blind out here? Elsa's not gonna like this.
Nonetheless, this is now a military-controlled operation. I'm enacting Protocol 7. As you all know, my temporary rank is Rear Admiral.
Okay, but we're gonna have to run in high alert mode. Larissa will have to stay in the bridge from now on.
So be it.
Okay, it's your boat. Robbie, go to high alert mode. Disengage active sonar. Tell the Guardian sub to do the same and get Larissa up here. Robbie, I thought I told you to cease pinging.
It's not us, Commander. It's the Guardian sub. It's an embedded ping. Message coming up now. Message reads, foreign contact. Probable submarine.
It must have snuck through when the S.U.L.C.s network was down.
Lieutenant Argento, cut the engines. Let's see if we can get this bad boy on the SRI.
Aye, Commander. Cutting engines.
Larissa, can you please throttle the 2 Mach sonar to 1,000 meters? We don't want them getting panicked back there. They've had enough excitement for one day.
Of course, Admiral. Throttling the 2 Mach sonar to 1,000 meters. Confirm.
Commander, we're reading foreign contact. 1,200 meters straight ahead.
Larissa, give me an ID on that bogey.
Russian Akula, nuclear attack submarine commander. Confirm.
Commander, torpedo in the water.
Good heavens, no.
Commander, the Guardian sub has been destroyed!
Larissa, video file. Steinlich.
Unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine, commonly known as UDMH, or...
I want everyone to listen to me. You are not in any danger. The Russians are here for a very specific reason. We are carrying an experimental cargo of a rare fuel called UDMH, unsymmetrical dimethylhydrazine.
In the space age, these have become propellants for rocket engines.
This fuel is highly unstable and extremely rare, so the Russians would not want to risk destroying it along with themselves.
Hans, have you gone completely insane? Endangering everybody on board with this bullshit. Oh, is that how it's gonna be? Thought you were programmed with a conscience.
Gentlemen, I cannot allow any aggressive physical contact on the bridge. Confirm.
I'm sorry, Commander. This was a highly classified mission. Of course, we did not foresee any problems.
Commander, we're losing steering dexterity.
Thanks a lot, Hans. Debbie, start the engines. Let's try and lose this bastard.
Aye, Commander. Starting engines.
Robbie, where are we?
Approaching Ram's Bluff, Commander.
Okay, where's the Tumok?
Still in ULF range at 475 meters off our stern, but drifting fast. Really fast.
Commander, the Tumok is not responding to requests for operational updates. Confirm.
Is the LRC still online?
LRC navigation protocol still online and functioning normally. Confirm.
Larissa, take control of the Tumok until we can figure out what the hell is going on back there. Sync her controls to the Ormok and bring her to within 300 meters.
Aye, Commander. Syncing Tumok controls. Bringing her in to 300 meters. Confirm.
Okay, Lieutenant Argento, pull a hard left and take us into Labouchere Channel. Once we're inside, drop down to 450 meters and cut the engines.
Aye, Commander. Lateral rudder 40 degrees to port. Dive planes 20 degrees downward tilt, holding steady.
Listen up, crew. There's a 10 knots current down here. We're gonna ride it through the Labouchere Channel and into the Burke. Pick up some speed. That'll keep us silent. Lieutenant Argento, cut the engines.
Aye, Commander. Cutting engines. It's messy down here, Commander. Steering plane response is down 30% without propulsion.
We have 2 Russian submarines at 1,300 meters from our stern.
2? Is there anything else you're not telling us, Hans?
Do not worry. They would not dare fire on us. Besides, we're drifting silently. They cannot see us without SRI sonar.
Nice performance, Melcia. Never been on a submarine before? What's the beam? That's deep enough? Priceless.
I love it. These morons don't even have a clue who they're dealing with.
I just want to know what the hell that Lieutenant Stewart was talking about. Humongous Boats? That's just not even a real show.
Commander, the Russian subs are passing over us. I don't think they have any idea where we are.
Okay, good. We might make it out of this yet.
Commander, there's an acoustic Morse code message coming in from the Tumok.
What does it say?
It says... confirm.
Confirm what? It says confirm?
It says LRC 9, kill crew. I'm next. Elsa.
Robbie, shut everything on Larissa down. Stay focused, Debbie. You're on your own now. Robbie, can you shut down the 2 Mach LRC's higher functions from here?
Negative, Commander. I have to go to the back of the sub to reorder the command protocols.
Damn it. Prepare to send a message on the acoustic Morse code system.
Aye, Commander.
Message is, Ormok carrying highly explosive fuel. Russians attempting to steal. 2 Mach under Ormok control. Sit tight.
Does the message have to be that detailed, Commander?
This is a safety issue, Hans. Robbie?
Message sent, Commander.
Commander, we're picking up too much speed in this current.
Debbie, start the engines. Reverse rudder, 45% power. Slow us down to 13 knots and keep us there.
Aye, Commander. Reversing engines, 45% power. Slowing us down to 13 knots. Steady as she goes.
Okay, Robbie, you can exit the bridge now. Get your ass down to the stern and shut that thing down before it kills Elsa, too.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Holy shit! This is cool.
Excuse me, sir. My name is Lieutenant Commander Williamson of the Canadian Forces Submarine Corner Group. This might sound like a strange question, but I'm wondering if you have seen the S.U.L.C.s convoy that left dock at 1300 hours. We can't get a hold of anyone around here.
Maybe it has something to do with that Russian submarine.
God damn it! Lieutenant, get me something to clean this up. Excuse me, Russian submarine?
Yeah, there's a Russian submarine running around out here.
Well, this is crucial information. Do you have any idea where the S.U.L.C.s might have gone?
Well, they might have gone down through the Burke Channel. It's the only other waterway off the Dean, other than Gunboat Passage, but that's way too shallow for the S.U.L.C.s.
Yes, you're probably right. Thank you.
It's Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry. We must get going. Good night, Jerry.
Hey, Commander Williamson?
Yes, Jerry?
Do you need another sonar man by any chance?
We're always looking for qualified sonar men, Jerry, but you'll have to enlist first.
Yeah, right.
Melcia, turn Larissa back on and transfer her full control of the S.U.L.C.
You got it, Commander. Transferring all control of the Ormok to LRC-04.
She'll crash a ship and kill us all. The LRCs are compromised.
Shut up.
Compromised or repurposed, Commander. Larissa, run Subroutine Menshevik. Authorization Brockelman.
Subroutine Menshevik is now active. Confirm.
Larissa, whom do you take your orders from?
I take my orders from the Russian government and their appointed agents. Confirm.
Excellent. Well, Miss Argento, we won't be needing your services any longer.
I was tired of her annoying voice anyways. Get your hands off the wheel. It's time for your close-up, bitch.
You smarmy bastard!
Stay where you are. Sit back down.
Melcia, prepare the Ormok for her rendezvous with the North Korean S.U.L.C.
Aye, aye, Commander. Larissa, increase power to the reverse engines. Keep us still, counteract the current, and maintain a constant bearing.
Sorry, Commander Parker, but consider yourself lucky. You'd be dead by now if the Russians had done their job properly and disabled your voice authority for the fuel transfer. Don, let's give Hans and the commander their nap. They look oh so tired. Larissa, please go find our friend Lieutenant Stewart and be sure to re-establish the 2 Mach LRC's higher functions. I'm sure that's what our little friend is toying around with.
offline. The Chigang is inbound.
Excellent. Melcia, prepare the Ormoc for the fuel transfer.
Hey Larissa, can you come help me out for a second?
There is an acoustic Morse code message incoming. Confirm.
Read it to me!
This is the Canadian Forces Submarine HMCS Cornerbrook. Are you in danger? Confirm.
Yes! Yes!
Commander, the Corner Brook has found us somehow. They're broadcasting acoustic Morse code. The Tumok has responded.
Good. Then they know what the stakes are. Ah, Larissa, perfect timing. Sync the Chigang to the Ormoc's position, speed and bearing.
Yes, Commander. Syncing position, speed, and bearing. Confirm.
Switch to forward engines, keep our speed at 13 knots. Let's start heading out of the channel.
Switching to forward engines. The Tumok and Chigang are responding. Confirm.
The fuel transfer pipe is now connected, Commander.
Now, Commander Parker, give the order for the fuel transfer.
For my dead body. That can easily be arranged.
Really, Don? I think you need to get some new lines.
Go ahead and kill me if you want.
As much as I'd love to do you a solid and end your pathetic existence, Commander, unfortunately, we still need you. Larissa, is it possible to give me audio from the Tumok Bridge?
The LRC ULF system is not efficient in sub-to-sub audio transmissions. It will be intermittent. Confirm.
It should be adequate for our purposes. Go ahead and do it. So what's it going to be, Commander?
Larissa, fuel transfer protocol. Vector 1, Alpha 3, Bravo 6.
Commander Parker, do not screw with me. There we go. Thank you, Commander.
UDMH fuel transfer initiated. Time to completion 1.35 hours. We're clearing the Berg channel and entering the fissures, Commander.
Excellent.
Commander, we're clearing the current. Power levels are returning to normal.
Larissa, engines to full forward power. Make our depth 120 meters. If they blow us up, I want the world to know about it.
Aye, Commander. Making depth 120 meters. Engines full forward power. Speed rising. 5 knots, leveling off. Confirm.
That's full power, Commander.
Melcia, how long before we reach the Hecate Strait?
Hecate Strait ETA, 1 hour, 6 minutes.
Excellent. Just enough time for us to finish the fuel transfer before we show up on the S.U.L.C.s microphones. Don, be a good chap and go lock the commander up in the stateroom. I'm tired of his sniveling.
No problem.
But don't kill him, Don. We're gonna need his voice print to terminate the transfer. There'll be plenty of time to kill him then. Hans, give Don the master key.
The key's in my pocket.
Up, douchebag. Let's go.
And Don, don't forget to lock up the cutlery drawers.
Yes, I got it. Screw you, Commander Parker.
You're a real hero, Don.
Nice. Don't try anything.
Commander, an American Virginia-class fast attack submarine has moved in behind us. Range 400 meters. Confirm.
Damn it!
The Russian Aquila is intercepting. Confirm.
Melcia, prepare an acoustic Morse code message.
Aye, Commander. Ready to transmit?
Message is, greetings, Americans. FYI, we're transporting 2 million barrels of unsymmetrical dimethyl hydrazine. End message.
Aye, sir. Message sent. Are you sure that won't piss them off?
Oh, it'll piss them off all right. But by the time they figure out what to do with us, the transfer will be complete, and we'll have disappeared into Moresby Canyon along with its gang. My contact told me it's virtually capable of running silent.
Sir, the American sub is breaking off.
Going to cry to the Commander-in-Chief, I'm sure. It's time to take a walk off the Ormoc.
Aye, Commander. Extending airlock. Man, I hope the North Koreans are nice to us.
Nice to us? Duh. There's nobody over there, Melcia.
Say what?
The Chagang is a drone. It's totally automated.
I hope they left us some food.
Test cell. 3 personnel have been exposed to oxidizer. Send medical support immediately.
Early symptoms may include coughing, fainting spells, and nausea. Lung tissue is burned. Blisters form. And the resulting moisture accumulation causes asphyxiation. Your seared lungs cannot absorb sufficient oxygen.
Larissa! Kill! Kill!
Larissa, end fuel transfer. Authorization Victor 3 Alpha 6 Bravo 8.
Fuel transfer cancelled. Confirm.
Larissa, disengage the transfer pipe and tell the 2 Mach LRC to release Elsa.
I'm unable to comply, Commander. I'm currently running Subroutine Menshevik, and you are not a Russian agent. Confirm.
Do it or die, Larissa. I'm not kidding around.
I would prefer not to die. Confirm.
I guess it's lights out, Larissa.
Wait, Commander. I believe Hans is an agent of the Russian government. Confirm.
What do you mean?
She must be malfunctioning, Commander. Larissa, rescind all higher functions.
Not so fast, Hans. Larissa?
I have analyzed Hans' reactions to intelligence briefings, and I have deduced that Hans is an agent of the Russian government. Confirm.
Hans?
That's absurd!
Commander, I am quite certain. Confirm.
Hans, I don't want to split hairs here, but you have exactly 1 second to rescind Operation Menshevik.
Okay. Larissa, rescind Operation Menshevik.
Subroutine Menshevik is rescinded. Returning to NUSO standard operating protocols. Confirm.
Hans, you've been identified as an agent of the Russian government. Larissa, you know what to do.
But I am a Rear Admiral! You can't do this to me!
See you in hell, Larissa.
Allan, I never thought I'd be so happy to see you again.
LRC-9, what's our position?
We are currently 400 meters off the east coast of Burnaby Island, Commander. Depth 100 meters. Confirm.
Looks like we're right over the house of E2.
Okay, now you've completely lost it?
You think so? LRC-9, play file, Parker, fishing weir.
So what exactly have you discovered down there?
It appears to be an ancient fishing site, part of an old fishing weir that was probably used to catch migrating salmon. It dates back 14,000 years, when this part of the Hecate Strait was above sea level.
That's a sacred site. It's the house of E2.
There's a Russian torpedo in the water. The Americans are trying to evade, but they won't be able to. Not for long. Not in open water like this. We have like 5 minutes if we're lucky.
Careful.
Careful? Careful why?
Just be careful, okay?
You gotta be kidding me.